Well, hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Richard Pineda, chair of the Department of Communication at the University of Texas at El Paso and friend of the Chamber. It's my pleasure today to be able to speak with CEO and President of the Chamber, David Jerome. David, Happy New Year and welcome to 2021.
Thank you, Richard. It's going to be a great year. We're looking forward to it. And yes, indeed, you are a friend of the Chamber.
Our conversation today is a chance to lay out for members and a broader audience some of the plans that the Chamber has. And I know that you were really focused on a very strong and powerful theme for 2021, David. Can you share a little bit about the sort of core theme you want to embark on?
What we were trying to do this year is, let's say, answer one sort of key question that we think everybody should be asking of business organizations this year is fundamentally, what are you going to do to help our economy rebuild and reimagine itself? And we think being able to answer that is critical. So the strategy that we've put together with our board and with the team here at the Chamber, and in working, frankly, with the city and the county and others, Workforce, Borderplex, and others, has been something that was a real effort. I think that we're trying to finish at the end of last year, coming into this year, but I think it's been really worth it, and we're ready to start to execute against that strategy.
One of the things that over the course of the pandemic and through the end of 2020 that the Chamber really excelled at was the ability to be able to not only serve as a hub for business in El Paso to receive a number of different resources, but also even to provide loans. How do you see wrapping up 2020 into 2021 in regard to that kind of outreach to business?
It's going to continue, and if anything else, accelerate. I think the strategy for the Chamber from 2020 that I thought worked so well was one that was very integrative. We worked very closely with the county, with the city, and we couldn't have done it without them, and frankly also Workforce. And these three sort of key strategic collaborations allowed the Chamber to be, I think, very effective in how we approach small business. And the way we did that is with two sort of key elements. We first and foremost, we wanted to know what they needed in terms of help. So we used data that we gather at the Chamber through our Business Solutions Center to refine our coaching strategy to make sure that what we shared with business is what they needed. And it was based on data, not just our impression. And so I think we were very effective at handing business, let's say, the fishing pole in 2020, so that they could do what they needed to pivot themselves. And coaching was meant to help, backfill those gaps where they may have them. And then I think on the other side is if somebody really had gotten into trouble with COVID, where they lost their customers and things like that, or had trouble with rent and all these kinds of cascading events that sort of affected businesses' bottom line, we were able to work with the city, the county, and Workforce to help with that by providing grants. And so we moved, I think, more than $1.7 million into the market, average loan of between $35,000 to $40,000. And this was very much designed to help them get inventory when they needed it, keep employees, and keep their doors open so that we could provide a bridge over this time when COVID has such a negative effect on their business.
The El Paso Chamber is clearly connecting with a real strong sense of energy. Members, I think, are already feeling that. But for the folks that may be watching this that have yet to join the Chamber, what is your advice and how do they go about doing that?
The biggest thing that I hope you're getting is word of mouth that's positive, that helps you feel comfortable. I mean, I can sell the Chamber clearly, but I'm president and CEO. I love this place. I love my team. I know what we're capable of. But you don't have to take it from me. Ask around. But if you are actually interested in joining the Chamber, which we would love to have you do, clearly, because we need all the help we can get in trying to make a difference on these areas we sort of discussed, you can reach out to me directly. You can call our front desk, send an email. We track it all, and we'll be very responsive to those needs. But I think, it's a wonderful question. But I do think one of the things we're very concerned about for members particularly is that you have very clear value for the money that you give us. Anything that you give us, we think is important because it allows us to do better in the community. And we track that for you and want to make sure that you feel that you get a very good return. So part of the reason we do a strategy, part of the reason we talk about how to rebuild and reimagine is so that when you join the chamber, you know what you're getting.
This has been a really insightful conversation, David. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I look forward to having more of these conversations in the future.
Yeah, I think, what we'll do, I think if, just to give folks a preview on the who are watching this, is that we will break down different elements of this with the groups that will help deliver, like on the bridges and Wi-Fi and things. And we'd like to, obviously have a very good friend of the chamber help people understand how this translates to value for this community. I think this is extremely important. A lot's at stake. We know that businesses are trying to do everything possible to keep themselves afloat. A lot's at stake for our nonprofits too, because we have a big role in this, and I want to make sure that you're getting value for money when you work with us.
Thanks very much, David.
Thank you, Richard. Thanks.